day everyone, welcome to Meenah's kitchen. Today I'll be teaching you how to make simple and homemade fish pie. You know what most people know is meat pie, but today I'll be replacing my meat. I'm replacing my meat with my fish. So here I have my mixing bowl, here I have my mixer, here I have my measuring cup, here I have my measuring spoon, here I have my flour, my sieve, my scotch bonnet, icing sugar, my meat pie cutter, the salt, the nutmeg, and the curry and thyme, my diced and washed Irish potato, and my carrots washed, the baking soda, the maggi, the butter, the egg, the onions, and this is my boiled fish. This is the mixture of the diced carrots and Irish potato. I've mixed the two together. So watch out. What are we going to be using all these ingredients? What are we going to be using them for, and how to use them? Sit back and watch. So before I start, I would like to wash my hands. You know, washing of hands is very important when about to bake. So you'll be free of germs and bacteria that can go into anything that we are baking. So since I have my boiled fish here, I'll make things easier for me by so all I have to do is mash it. So you can see me mashing it. You can mash with your spoon, you can mash with your fork anytime. So I have successfully mashed this, and as you can see, there are bones there. So I have to debone them so that when people are eating the meat pie, they won't feel any bone. I have to make sure I remove almost all the bones. Actually, I can't remove all the bones, but I have to make sure I remove almost everything. So as you can see, I have successfully removed almost all the fishes, almost all the bones there. So you can still see some bones, so I have to remove them because you can never remove all the bone finish. You can still see some bone there. I have to remove them. As we are deboning the fish, you can put water on the fire, and as you can see, my water is already boiled. So what's left for me is to pour in the mixture of the Irish potato and the carrots. So I've been pouring it small. You have to be careful so that the water doesn't splash on your hand. You can see I've poured the Irish potato and the carrots there. So all I want is just for it to cook. it's going to cook very well, to the end that if you feel it or you touch it or you press it, it's going to be soft. So I'll give it maybe like 5 minutes for it to cook and become soft. So I'll be needing 7 cups of flour because I need like 20 outcomes of my meat pie. So I'm needing 7 cups of flour. So you have to sieve your flour first. You can see me sieving. You'll be asking that why am I sieving my flour? You know, when you buy flour from markets, you don't know if it's actually, there are some things that actually inside the flour, so you have to sieve them to know if the flour has some impurities or dirt, and by this you can be 100% assured that you are safe with the flour you are using. So this is the end of my 7. As you can see, this is 7 cups of flour. You're going to need butter. For 7 cups, I'll be using 250 grams of butter, and that's equals to 1 sachet, and 3 tablespoons of butter. So this is the butter. You can see that the butter is coming out. Okay. I've added my butter into the flour. It's remember for me to mix the flour and the butter together, and make sure the butter and the flour incorporate together, so you mix well. Mix very well. I'm mixing my butter and flour together. When you are mixing your dough, don't forget to leave something on fire. Always come to check it time to time. Check if it's soft, especially the carrots, because the Irish potato can be soft easily, but the carrot is still hard, so I have to leave it on fire for some minutes till it gets soft. This is 1 tablespoon, and I'll be measuring 8 tablespoons of icing sugar. The more you icing sugar, the more crispy your mixture, your dough is going to become. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the last spoon. After pouring your icing sugar, you mix it together. After pouring anything inside the mixture, just make sure you mix everything together so everything can mix well. This is my baking powder. I'm going to be needing baking powder for my mixture. I'll be adding cold water, please, because we use only cold water in fish pie or meat pie, so that it will become crunchy. So you can add your cold water till you have a desired result. Add little by little and mix. You don't just pour all the water and start mixing. Now I've come to check it for the last time, and I'm happy I am happy it's very soft right now. So what's next for me is to add my curry, my thyme, my salt, my Maggi. So you'll be wondering that why can't I add my salt, Maggi, the spices when I poured in my potato and my carrots? If I should add all my spices there, it will get burnt easily, and I don't want that. So after the potato and carrots getting soft, I'll just add my spices. This is my Maggi. This is my curry powder. Because I'm making to some extent large amounts of meat pie or fish pie, so I have to add large amounts, or just 2 sachets of curry powder. It's okay. This is my thyme, dried thyme. This is also small, so I'll be adding more of it. you don't allow the time and the curry to be much, because not everybody likes all these things inside food. I almost forgot to add my maggi. First of all, I'll add 2 cubes of maggi, and if I taste it and I realize that it needs more sweetener like the maggi or the salt, then I'll have to add more of the maggi or the salt into it. After adding everything, then I'll have to stir, mix it together so that everything will just boil together. Stir very well. You don't allow the water to be too small or too much. If it is too small, it will become thick, like very thick, and I don't think we would like to have that type of texture. And if it's too watery, then it will have to leak after making the dough. Like after you putting this in the dough, then it will be leaking. You just have to make it moderate. After that, you add your onions. You stir again too. Like I'm having fun filings here, because we call this filings. So you can lick the surface of the phone if you like. I want my fish pie to be spicy, a little bit, not too much, because not everybody likes pepper. So you have to put it in small quantities just for it to have the taste of pepper. So I'll just put in 2 scotch bonnets. If you like, it can be 1, but because I'm making like 20 meat pie or fish pie, so I'll be putting my 2 scotch bonnets, as you can see. So you cover it and let it steam together. Just see, my dough is a little bit hard. I don't want it like this. I'm going to add water little by little till I get a firm and consistent texture. So you need well. As you can see, this is the dough. I've kneaded it. Like you need to knead and knead. You need to knead very well, then you can get a very fine texture. You can see it's not sticking. Knead till it doesn't stick. So I'll just leave it to rest for some minutes. You can see it's cooked now, like everything has mashed together, and you can see it's watery. I can't put the filings into the dough like this, so I have to mix flour inside water, just small flour, and pour it inside so that it's going to stick in it. After putting the flour, it's going to thick, and you won't see this watery stuff there again. This is the flour and water, so just pour it. After pouring it, off your gas, stir, and just continue stirring. I'll be pouring my fish there now. This is my filings. You call this filings. So this is it. You can see, not too soft, not too thick, and not too watery. This is the filings. This is the filings. I want it to get cold, so I'm going to do it like this because I can't put it inside the dough hot like this. So I'm going to wait for it to get cold. So roll out your dough on the table. Put small flour on the table and roll it. Don't over knead it, just knead it gently. So cutting my dough into, roll it. Rolling your flour like this, put it on your donut cutter, and if you see that it can't contain it by the side, then roll it again by the side. You can see me doing that. Take it again. It doesn't size. So you can see that it has fits in perfectly. So before putting the filings, I'm going to put egg in it so that it can stick together. You can replace the egg with water. Look for the center of the closure, then you can put it like this. Just 1 spoon. It's okay. Or you can put it like this. Doing it, then you close it like this and you press it. So this is it. Take it out gently and place it somewhere. Now in the process, we will need an oven, and as you can see, this is my oven. First of all, before you start putting your mixture inside the oven, preheat your oven first. So now I'll be placing my dough in the oven. I'm making it 4 because it will. Guys, this is the outcome of what we've been doing since morning. You guys can see it. It's very crunchy. Like I feel like eating one of it really now. It's hot and spicy. You don't want to lick your screen, and if you like, you can lick your screen. So bye and have a nice day from Meenah's kitchen. Bye.